Hello. I've had the question, being an atheist, what do you think about abortion? Do you think it's morally right to kill an unborn baby? Well, yes and no. I can see from the medical side why gynecologists, obstetricians, etc. would quite happily make the 24-week assessment because of viability of the unborn child, or in other words, the fetus. So I can understand why they put that limit on there. So that's from the medical side, how they interpret the laws and the feasibility of the fetus. Now, from my own perspective, and it does come down to your own choice on what each individual thinks. As an atheist, I'm going to have my own views. I cannot speak for another atheist on here. I'm sure the likes of Denny will have his own views on the matter. And being a father himself, I'm sure he could enlighten us all, as well as other people on here. I'm not familiar with other people's families, I must admit, so I do apologise. I'm not ignoring anybody. So my own personal choice, my own personal opinion on abortion is thus: if two teenagers under the legal age of sexual intercourse take part in this act of reproduction, obviously we have laws in place. Forget about the prosecution side about underage sex, etc. Let's put that aside for a moment. But looking at the physical element of the mother, this is her we're concerned about. I know some people are going to have a religious bent on this, and the question I had was from a religious person. But like I said, atheists will have their own views. My views are 15-year-old man, boy, child, whatever he wants to call this person, 15-year-old girl, have intercourse, they conceive. Now, their parents should also help with the bringing up of this child. This child should not be terminated. That's how I view this. It's an accident. They were grown up enough to take part in an adult act. I'm talking from a Homo sapiens view now, rather than an animal view, because I still think we are that close to animals. We're no different. We're no separate from them. We are part of the animal kingdom. We are mammals, etc. But we are governed by different laws. We have our own laws, etc. But let's just say this 15-year-old girl was raped, savagely raped by multiple people. Then she, the girl, and her parents have the right to sit down with a professional, a doctor, a gynecologist, obstetrician, etc. If they need to bring a lawyer into it as well, then fine, and they need to speak about the best case scenario for this situation. And if she wants this terminated because of what's happened to her, and she's the one that's got to carry this thought, even guilt to a certain extent, of bringing this child up, knowing what's happened. Her privacy has been invaded, severely invaded. Then it's her choice. If she wants it terminated, then us as a people, as a society, as a civilization, has to support this girl and accept her choice on termination. I know it's not the baby's fault, the fetus's fault. I appreciate that, but it still has to be done within that 24-week period set by the professionals in their field, like I've already mentioned, gynecology, etc. But let's say, from another point of view, this child is going to be severely deformed. It does happen when chromosome defect, whatever, is passed down. The gene transfer, something's gone wrong, severely gone wrong. and this child is going to be severely handicapped. It's not going to be able to see. Basically, it's not going to have any of its 5 senses working. It's just going to be a body. Now again, the mother has got to live with this child for the rest of her life, his life, etc. Bringing this person up and going through the guilt as well on, am I to blame for this situation? I went out this night clubbing and drinking, did I bring that on, and stuff like that. So it may not have happened. I mean, it's perfectly feasible that a healthy person, something's gone wrong in the womb. These things do happen. I think again it comes down to the individual. The mother is responsible for the abortion. If she doesn't think that she is able to live with this, she has the right to terminate. Well, I hope that clears up my views on abortion. But please, if you've got your own views, or you don't even like my views, then let us know, please. I'm very interested. It's a very good subject, very, very tough subject. But at the end of the day, it mostly comes down to the mother, or the girl's parents, and the professional people, the doctors, psychiatrists, counsellors. Everybody's going to be a part of this whole abortion scenario. But I'm sure you've got your own stories you can share. So I look forward to reading some of those. But as always, please feel free to comment, etc. Thanks for watching. Loves.